Good evening and welcome to Tetrakey TV. This is episode number 66 and we're here tonight to help you go and be as successful as you possibly can be in 2017 and beyond. My name is Rob Yates. I'm one of the founders of Tetrakey, and so we promised to bring you 260 minimum Facebook Live episodes in 2017, and every night, Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. South African time. That's about midday on the Pacific coast of the USA, and around about breakfast time, 6 or 7 a.m. in Australia, or in Sydney certainly. We're coming to you with 5 minutes ish, give or take, maybe up to 10, of a thought for the day, something that you can do that's practical, that you can go and put into action in your business, and go and take steps forwards. Go and be successful. And the stuff we're talking about is generally the stuff that we are personally and physically doing in our business. So it's working for us, and therefore it should work for you. So 66 episodes down tells me we've got 194 Monday to Fridays, so weekdays, left of 2017, which means that you've worked getting close to now a quarter of your year, if not over a quarter actually. And so are you on track? How's it going? What have you achieved? What have been your wins so far? What are your struggles? What more can we put into our episodes of Tetrakey TV to support you? So you'll notice there's a comment section on here, as there always is. So please go and leave us a comment with a question. I'd like more information about this, please. Here's been my wins. And let us know where you're coming from tonight. Are you coming from somewhere in the USA, Australia, South Africa, the UK? We'd love to hear from you. So please just leave us a comment. That would be amazing. And linking into that, tonight what we'd like to talk about is your success is about being as practical as possible. You see, most people have, if not all people, have dreams, they have ambitions, they have ideas, they have great ideas, they have goals. Often people have strategies. And yet all of those things are wonderful, but without the practicality of how to do it, all of those things are wasted, and it's the how that actually makes the goals, the strategies, the dreams possible. And here's the thing, that the how to do it, the actions that you're going to go and need to take is going to be likely to be different from what you're currently doing, because if you were doing what was needed at this point in time, you would already have achieved those goals. Or you probably wouldn't be joining us in Tetrakey TV. So what is it that you need to do different? How do we need to go about this? So we've got these strategies, we've got these ideas, the goals, everything else in place. What we're really got to think about is now, what are the actions that I need to go and take, or my workforce needs to go and take, in micro detail? What is it? Is it about how they meet or greet other people? Is it about how many sales calls they make? What are the actions that they need to go and take in? And maybe let's set those actions down to 5 or 10 minute chunks. I've been joined by Mark Hopkins. He's been out gallivanting this evening. Did you go see our coaches?
No.
Some of our coaches are having a coach update and coach training session this evening without us. So we were saying earlier that's a success in our mind. So guys, if you're watching this now, carry on. You're doing a great job. So Mark, we're talking about your success is all about being as practical as possible, like the how. It's all very well and good having goals and ideas and aspirations, but what are the actions? And just as you were coming in, I was talking about actions and thinking about actions in terms of 5 or 10 minute chunk actions, because it's the small things that people do. And that's kind of where we are with the folks this evening.
Cool, yeah, and it's about not trying to do too many things as many as possible. It's like it's picking one thing and just getting Because there's two things that happen. One is it becomes ingrained in your routines and your habits. And probably secondly, and more importantly, you actually get confidence in delivering and achieving something. And you start getting that endorphins, and you get that affirmation from yourself that goes, "Jeepers, I've done one thing really, really well." And you get that positivity and the confidence that allows you to move on to that. And then, as we all know, there is a correlation between confidence and success.
Definitely, and it ends up overwhelming otherwise. So, so my thought is with actions is find something that takes you 10 minutes, probably no more or no less, and repeated once, twice a day, and go and do that until it puts a smile on your face and you're seeing and noticing the outcomes from it. And then think about what the next thing may well be.
Yeah, and try and use as many of your senses as possible. I think it's we live our life by senses. We enjoy food because of the taste on our taste buds.
And the smell.
And everything like that. So
sight of it.
Yeah, exactly. Moving quickly on.
Yeah.
But again, make an action, because again, what you want is you want actions and you want output to be linked to positive stimulus. Because when you see something that replicates that, then you actually get a correlation. You start building your mental models because you get that link between jeepers. I feel this feeling, or I smell this something. When I smelled it last time, it made this, and this is what I was doing. And therefore, so it's all, because what you want to do is you want to create ands. Action and next action. You don't want to go action, but it didn't quite do or didn't feel right. It's action and action and.
These guys can go back to on YouTube or Facebook to one of the videos I did, which was winners do and a few weeks ago. Something I'm always conscious about if we're saying we've got this 10-minute action to do is how does this differ from today? What is it that I'm currently doing in that time slot, and what do I now need to do differently? Because some people think, oh, well, I've got to do 10 minutes on top of what I already do in that hour, and actually that's 70 minutes. And it's actually working out that there isn't 70 minutes, we've only got 60. So what do we need to reduce or stop? And Mark's spoken about that in the past, I think. What do we need to reduce or stop doing so that we buy ourselves the time to do these actions? The last component for me is as people watching this, we're all very highly motivated. We're small business owners who are going to see the profit line. We've got P&L accounts or something like that that we're busy driving. But what is it that motivates the other people who you're responsible for to do these actions? Because the reality is for them, they're not likely to earn any more. They're not likely to be given any more time in their day. And so if we're going to go and lead people to doing these actions, we need to go and identify what it is that will motivate them to do it. And for me, that's thinking about what's their gain going to be from doing it.
Yeah, I was actually just having a conversation today with somebody who was talking to me about not having a clarity in terms of what they want to do with their life. And then they asked me about how come I'm so motivated to do stuff. And I said, well, there's a subtle difference in that. My motivation is not about what I want to do with my life, it's what I want to get out of my life. So again, as we think about Tetrakey, we think about what is Tetrakey going to allow us to get out of our lives. So again, when you think, building on this actions and these 10-minute stuff, when you think about this stuff, just simplify it. Simplify stuff that's in your control.
Exactly. And the motivation thing really for getting other people to do it may well have to happen on a one-to-one basis. We often talk about knowing your people to grow your business. And so how well do we know our people? What is it? What button is it that needs to be pushed with them and for them to get them to execute on it, to do it consistently? Is it just the way that their kids will in future talk about them in the school playground? There's many motivating factors. So that motivation often is the second tier of problem that people face when they're looking to go and do this practical stuff. Because it's easy to do it for yourself, and coming up with the actions, but then getting other people to do that for you and represent your business group, your business in that way can be the next most challenging thing. So maybe that's worth a whole separate Tetrakey TV all on its own.
But I think so. As we wrap up and we set you your challenge, and those of you watching it live and those who are watching us later on, don't just close this video. Don't just turn this off now. We've challenged you to come up with one action. So as you stop this, get a pen and paper out and write the one action that you are going to start doing immediately. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. What's the one action that's going to drive you, that you're going to do as now? We can see now, we're looking now, we know there's one person on there who's watching. What are you going to do, sir? What's the one action that you're going to do? Because you sent me an email today I need to respond to. That's my action.
So what is it? Go and come up with one action that you can do for 10 minutes a day for the next week.
Starting now.
And I'd suggest that this action for your first one should be something that you can do on Saturday and Sunday as well to keep it consistent.
So a bit like we did today, which is I got you running for the first time in.
I don't like running.
Right.
Anyway, so that's it from us. Go and come up with an action, go and start doing it, and let us know in the comments what your action is going to be. We'll see you in 24 hours' time, and stay awesome.
Cool. Good night.
Good night.